years after retiring as a teacher, I'm now making, with my pension and Social Security, I'm bringing home about $3,600 a month. To supplement my income, I substitute usually a couple days a week, and I make $200 a day gross on that job.
Anyway, we'll stop it over here real quick. Hold on.
Supplement my income, I substitute usually a couple days a week.
Hold on, guys.
401k or
excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. So anyway, that kind of, I think this is rounded because there's no way. I'm not saying. Let's be real. Shelby Church and her sister Monica, they're making at least over 500,000 each or more, even probably millions a year. $1 million a year. They have to at least, because the expense that they're spending in the way they fly here and there and just pay $6,000 here and go to New York and spend like $1,000 a night on a hotel, and that's just a hotel, So I have friends in high places and people that have money, and obviously my brother, but I know a little bit of the range and how you live your life and how much you spend and where you live and all the expense, what you drive. She drives a Tesla. She got it brand new, and it's not the bottom, it's not the base model, it's the top of the line. We already know, and this is when they were like 100,000 back in the day, but not when they're like 40,000. So anyway, let's just get real for a second. The basis that he's talking about, getting 1,600 pension and 2,000 in Social Security, those are all guesstimates, because there's no way they're going to round out to 16 or 2,000. So I'm thinking he's rounding. It could be a little less, it could be a little more, but it's not going to be 1,600. These are all guesses. These are all estimates, rounded up or rounded down, whichever. But these are just estimates. And looking at that, there's no way you're going to live in one of the most expensive cities in America, Seattle, Washington, which I have someone, my sister's friend, that's up there, and they make $10,000 a month. They make over $100,000 a year, and it's expensive up there. Their rent, their payment on their house was $2,000 or $3,000. I don't know how much exactly, because I forgot, but it was 2,000 or 3,000, because they were looking at 3 or 4 different places there, and I think it's 25 or 3,000. I think that's what they. I'm gonna go ask my sister later on, but I know it was expensive, and that was just to live. So imagine with all the bills, so there's no way right now. And I know his wife works, and she probably makes that much or more a month, because there's no way you can live in Seattle. And then look at their house, look at the stuff they have. I know obviously they're getting help from his daughters, Monica and Shelby, because obviously they're millionaires. That's the only way they could live like this, because there's no way you can live on $3,600 a month in Seattle. Believe me, you have to make at least 10,000, and then for 2 people, no way. For 2, maybe for one person that was, and I mean one person in a different city, like in a smaller town somewhere, way far from Seattle, Washington, or Tacoma, that's for sure. Nowhere near LA. You can't even. You have to be like, just to be able to think to live in Seattle, you have to make more than at least 7,000 to 10,000 a month. That's just barely basis right there. And for him to say that he's living off 3,600, there's no way. No way you can live in Seattle for 3,600. There's no way. I can guarantee you that right now. And then if he has his wife, for 2 people, there's no way. And I know his wife works, and I know his daughters are millionaires. They're both YouTubers, and one of them does real estate now. But obviously that, if you're making 50,000 a month, here you go, 2,000, Dad. Here you go, 3,000, Dad. 1,000 here. Come on now, guys. Don't be tricking people out here. And I know Shelby did this video, and her dad, if he's saying that he's a baby boomer, but come on, guys. I mean, it's a like, let's get a little more, back to reality a little bit. There is no way you're living off 3,600 a month. Now, let's be honest, guys. Be honest. Tell the truth. You know you're not, and you didn't take out any. You didn't take your 401k or your IRA. Come on. You have any stocks or bonds? Come on, you didn't cash anything out. No insurance, anything like that. There's no way that you could live on 3,600. The house that you have, your taxes, you couldn't even pay your property taxes. The way your house cost, and me looking, I know it's in the hundreds of thousands. So looking at your house, I know it's way above 100, in the hundreds of thousands. And then the stuff that you do, the trips that you take, and all this stuff, the cars that you have. Even if I seen the 2002 model, I seen the 2004 model. It doesn't matter. All this costs because it adds up with insurance. $50 here, $100 each car, $120. It all adds up. $200 or $300 here. You have 3 or 4 cars. All this adds up quickly, very quickly. And me looking at this, there's no way you can do that. So I know his wife works, and I mean, that's how they're doing it, probably, because if his wife works, she's probably making the same amount of money or more. So that's double, which would put him in the 7,000 to 8,000 range, which that's more believable.